It has been Mother's Day in most of the world. One exception I'm aware of is the Republic of Panama. They celebrate such wonderful, important awareness day of how amazing they are, how much of superheroines they are, and how much a pain in the butt they can be, justified or not. Let somebody else judge that. Whether that is the deity you pray to, or in my case, the wondrous and dangerous and marvelous universe in which I am certain I came from. Because some star power runs through our blood. Sign out, iron, oxygen, carbon, magnesium, sulfur, just to name a few elements that came from birthing and giant stars. That aside, I'm going back to Mother's Day. On a personal, individual note, it is one of the hardest days for me. And I know I have a sister, but talking to her about most matters is futile, especially matters of the heart. That resource is not there. The days leading to Mother's Day, at least this second year of mine without one, without a dad, without my brother Juan Carlos, without my brother Javier, without my mom, as of February 2024. It's among the hardest holidays for me to embrace at the moment. I'm hoping that will change. I'm hoping that I'll be able to, on my own terms, in my own time, through my own journey, I'll be able to reprogram, recode into a purely celebratory day, not, in my case, a mostly extremely sad day, extremely sad days leading to this day, extremely sad weeks leading to this day. I don't envy anybody. Who, for better or for worse, feels as deeply as I do. Oh, to be a Vulcan in the real world, extrapolated from the sci-fi world. But I'm human. More human than I have ever been in my life. With a lot of logic, but also a lot of emotions. So just sadness. Now, don't mistake that I'm not fully aware. The sadness has a magnificent purpose of reflection. Reflection, reflection, reflection. Of pondering, of choosing to be in isolation and get lost in one's thoughts. Good, bad, anywhere in between. Perhaps none of them are good, none of them are bad. It's a question for philosophers and books that I have yet to read. I guess, in a nutshell, the message I want to convey in this video is not just perhaps a minimalistic approach of explaining why I bury my head in the sand on days like this. Not you. Or though some are you, without naming names. But for the most part, it's just me, my emotions, and all the memories that come rushing about my mom throughout the year, but especially on the leading days to Mother's Day and the Mother's Day. So, to those that appreciate full candor and can see with empathy and compassion my point of view, you'll understand why I don't reach out to any other moms. Not yet. Again, I'm still healing. It's my journey, not yours. My method, not yours. And sadness brings reflection, and reflection oftentimes brings amazing things. So, to all the mothers out there, a todas las mamacitas, las mamazotas, las hermosas madres, las que conozco y las que no conozco, tienen mi corazón hoy y siempre. Estoy en un capítulo que, en comparación de la mayoría de mis amistades, si no todas, nadie está ahí. Oscar todavía tiene a su mamá, Ricardo tiene a su mamá, Diana también obviamente, David, Emma, Jordan, Evan, Nicolás, Susana, pero sé también hay gente que ha perdido a sus padres a tempranas edades. El otro día me acordé de Andrés Cuervo, que perdió a su papá o a su mamá, o a ambos, a muy temprana edad. También me acordé que lo sapié como en quinto de primaria, que me llamó nombres que no me gustaban. Era un bully mío. Pero en retrospectiva, simplemente debía haber hecho lo que le hice a Andrés Rojas, otro de mis bullies. Aunque él sí se disculpó en su adultez, por cierto. Y haber pegado un puño en el estómago sin aviso. Dejarlos botados en el piso. Un ataque sin provocación. Para callarlos. En fin. Off topic. Hacer este video ayuda. Verbalice algunos de mis pensamientos. Así no sean los que ustedes quieren escuchar. Pero los que aprecian autenticidad. Los que aprecian total candor sin tomar insultos, sin tomar ofensa. Porque de nuevo, no es sobre ustedes. Sobre la relación única que tuve con mi mamá. El amor infinito que ella me tuvo, a pesar de tanta adversidad que ella pasó. No solo como mamá, sino también como esposa, como ser humano. For instance, I just recently learned about the La Violencia in Colombia, which was a civil war between 1948 and 58. Somebody fact check me here. Which firstly I had no idea about. I slept through classes of history in high school. They were so boring. Sorry, professor, whose name I forget, but it's the truth. Why neither my dad or my mom would tell me that they lived through 10 years of fucking insanity in Colombia because there was a civil war between the two dominating political parties. Which, as I was telling my friend David the other day, I think 2 nights ago, might be the template for the next civil war, but now in this country, in the US. And again, I'm off topic, I know. Just expressing whatever thought comes to my mind. As organized or disorganized they may be. Come on, ADHD. Anyhow. I said listen to this song right here, right now. On repeat, mind you. Just very melancholic. Message essentially points out how lonely and how disconnected we have become despite having the World Wide Web, also known as the Internet. But Web 2.0 is all about greed, all about capitalism. That's not the Internet I grew up with. That was Web 1.0. It's about communication, exchange of cultural ideas, philosophies, exchange of science. It was about the betterment of humankind through the power of knowledge, not the power of money and wrongly guided influencers. And the innocence of a child living in a fake world. Accurate. So, I guess I leave this message to whoever wants to really listen and really watch. Be authentic. Be you. Practice full candor as much as you can. Is it gonna get you in trouble? Yeah, it will. Will you pay the price? Yeah, you will too. But your heart and your conscience will be light. Will be light in a world that has become so dark. Even if we pretend it hasn't. Even if we mask it with different poisons. But you be real, be authentic. Love your mom. Even if you think she's not the best mom, just love her. It's not your place to judge her. It really isn't. Your place is just to love her. Try to understand her. Get to know her better, even after her sunset, after her death. Just close your eyes and remember her wisdom. It might have been just proverbs that she threw all the time. It might have been the way she cooked, the way she played with you, the way she isolated herself, the way she pondered about things or disclosed things that you didn't really want to hear because you're like, my son should not know this. So, laugh, cry. Honor them any way you can. Not just today, but every day. I know I have. I know a real life example in my case about that is, it was July 3rd last year, July 3rd, 2024. Got news that UKG had laid off 12% of its workforce, about around 2,200 people. And you got to think that 2,200 people is not just the only one affected. It's 2,200 families. It's at least 2,200 neighbors. It's at least 2,200 friends, church fellows. It's just a huge domino effect. So why did I do that day? Because obviously nobody was working there. The director calls me and says, just leave the office, just disconnect from work. I'm like, ahead of you, buddy. Everybody is. I came home, and the first thing I did was just play music and dance. Then I went on a nature walk, which my mom loved. So I did dancing. She loved dancing. She danced until her last days. And I plan to do the same. When nobody's watching and when everybody's watching. Who gives a fuck? So, love thy mother. Love the mothers of others too. And, well, I know I should apologize to all the mothers I know for not reaching out to them, for not calling them, for not texting them, for not messaging them, for not tagging them, for not one of the million ways you can communicate today. I won't, for the simple fact that if you know me well and you love me, you will understand I need this space. Though I also needed you to reach out to me. And less than a handful have. So, what say you? Not judging, just wondering. Wondering why you wouldn't reach to a friend of yours whose mother was lost a year and a couple of months ago. And therefore that should make you conscious that it's only his second Mother's Day without a mother. What say you? Yeah, you're busy with your mom all day today. Fabulous. It only takes 30 seconds to send a message. So, again, no judgment. Just wondering. Just pondering. And also, get better at sending messages about these things. I know I've been terrible, but I had to learn at some point. It's part of life. Or more accurately, it's part of death. It's part of the end of something great, so something else amazing could begin. Such as your own personal transformation and greater appreciation of everything that truly and genuinely matters. And no, that's not your job. That's not your boss, not your paycheck. None of that. If you die right now, you're gonna take none of that with you. None of it. My mom would say that. And when you die, you take nothing with you. Hell, we tend to put the worst clothes on them. The ugliest, dirtiest, not dirtiest, but the one that it was, could be thrown away. As crude as that sounds. Doesn't change the fact it's true. Anyhow, Mom, Doris, you have been resting in peace for over a year now. No longer suffering with your vascular dementia that was going to ultimately render you completely dependent on someone else. And you would have absolutely hated that. You were such an independent woman in many ways. I mean, just the thought of you being fed, of you having to be changed diapers, of you having to be given a bath or a shower, and not being able to enjoy the world fully, and having all these fears because the disease increases anxiety and fear of things. That was never you. What a fucking awful illness. It really destroys everything we have been. All our character is gone. So, Mom, Doris, you were in many ways lucky. Because while you got to a point of moderate cognitive impairment, moderate cognitive illness, you still have some independence. And I have many great memories with you. Many. And the evidence is here, but also in my phone, in the freaking cloud, which, thinking out loud, I should also put it in like 5 different types of backups. Continue preparing for what is coming. Have multiple redundancy of memories I will never want to forget. No matter what happens with me or the world.